Hey, how y'all doing? In case y'all forgot, my name is Evan, and I'm finally back to bring you more content. And I'm going to start by giving y'all my predictions for week 1 of the 2020 NFL season. So in case you forgot how this works, or if you're new here, these picks are completely, totally, and 100% unbiased. That means these picks are not based on which teams I like better or which players I like better. It's just based off of which team I think is more likely to win this game this week. That's it. Everybody gets a fair shot. So with all that being said, let's get into it. Up first, we got the Thursday night game between the Houston Texans and the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Finally, football is back. It's been a long journey. It's been a long fight, y'all. And I'm just glad to be recording these type of videos again. So we're going to start off with a rematch of one of the most epic comebacks in NFL history. While the Chiefs look more or less the same, as they have spent the whole offseason focusing on keeping the core together, which they did beautifully, the Texans are looking a little bit different this time around. They lost key pieces in DeAndre Hopkins in a trade to Arizona, and Jadeveon Clowney, who is now in Seattle. This has all the signs of Kansas City's offense picking up right where they left off last time Houston came to town for a convincing 45-10 win. Now we move to the 1 o'clock slate, and we start with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington football team. You know, it's funny. I keep thinking this, so I'm going to put this out in the atmosphere. Y'all have definitely heard me say this already. Somebody got to be the first team to lose to Washington football team. And with both teams having already depleted offensive lines, this is not going to be a pretty game to look at. This is going to be a chance for both defenses to really flex their muscle for 60 minutes. So what I'm trying to get at is, this is going to be an ugly, low-scoring game. And that is exactly the type of game that Washington can win. So I'm going with Washington in the upset, 17-14 over Philadelphia. Up next, we got the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this is a very underrated game. The Falcons look like a playoff contender in a very deep division in the NFC South. But on the other sideline, we got a Seahawks team that looks like a Super Bowl contender. Simply put, I don't think the Falcons are a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. Atlanta is going to be very, very much a presence in the NFC playoff picture. But I just feel like the Seahawks have them outclassed here, so I'll go with Seattle 27-21 over Atlanta. Up next, we got the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Buffalo Bills are looking to usurp the dynasty in Foxborough and take the AFC East title for themselves. And their first test is a New York Jets team that's, well, they're not good. They are not good. Josh Allen has a new target to throw to in Stephon Diggs, who I don't believe the Jets have an answer for. Plus, the Bills' defense is formidable, one of the top 5 defenses in the league. So much so that they shouldn't have too much issue with Sam Darnold and Rashad Perriman. In conclusion, Buffalo wins big 31-6 over New York. Up next, we got the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Now, this is going to be another less than desirable game to look at, except this one doesn't feature the 2nd overall pick. It does feature the 3rd overall pick, however, in Jeff Okudah. These two teams were projected to finish at the bottom of the NFC North, but this could definitely be a confidence boost for the winner. The Bears have an edge on defense, seeing as how the Lions lost their biggest playmaker in Darius Slay to Philadelphia. But on the other hand, the Bears quarterback is still kind of, Mitch Trubisky. So the Lions got him beat there. All things considered, I see this as a close game, but I also see Detroit coming out on top 20-17 over Chicago. Up next, we got the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, this is going to be a battle for the NFC North crown, and dare I say it, a playoff preview. While the Vikings may have lost Stephon Diggs, Minnesota still has more than enough pass catchers to contend with just about anybody in the NFC. Now, on the other side is a Packers team with their own star power, particularly on defense. So what I'm trying to get at, this is a case of unstoppable force, the Minnesota offense, meeting an immovable object in the Green Bay defense. This is going to be an all-out battle. And I think Minnesota has just enough to take this 31-27 over Green Bay. Up next, we got the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. The dawn of the Cam Newton era in Foxborough sees the Patriots taking on an upstart Dolphins team ready to make their presence felt throughout the league. Now, I won't beat around the bush too much with this one. I like Cam Newton. I really do. And I believe he's going to do great things in Foxborough this season. But I also think the Dolphins are a big sleeper, and they're going to show the country exactly why on Sunday. So I'll make this my upset of the week and pick Miami 27-24 over New England. Up next, we got the Las Vegas Raiders and the Carolina Panthers. Got that name right first take, and I'm very proud of myself. So in a way, this is the start of a new era for both teams. This is the first game in the history of the Las Vegas Raiders, and they face a Carolina Panthers team that not only features a new coach, but has also lost their top two quarterbacks from last season. Just the first of what should be an exciting matchup this season between the AFC West and the NFC South. These are two of the best divisions in football that are going to be going head-to-head throughout the entire season. I feel like this one might be a little bit closer than people think, because y'all going to stop sleeping on Teddy Bridgewater today. I also don't think the Raiders are going to lose this one. I don't see them losing. So for the first time ever, I'm going with Vegas 24-20 over Carolina. Up next, we got the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars finally get through a week and a half of drama, and they're running into a brick wall that is the offensive line of the Indianapolis Colts. This one's open and shut. The Colts have the Jaguars beat across the board, so I'm going with Indianapolis 38-10 over Jacksonville. Up next, we got the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this is going to be the best game of the 1 o'clock slate, and I'll tell you why. The Baltimore Ravens are a Super Bowl contender, no doubt about it, and they're facing a Cleveland Browns team that's playing with house money on Sunday. Now, this is a rare prove-it year for the Browns, and how much would a loss to a team like the Ravens really say about your chances at the playoffs? Wouldn't really say that much, so Cleveland ain't got nothing to lose on Sunday, so you got to think about that. Now, recently, Cleveland has been playing Baltimore very tough, and while I think that's going to continue, I also think Baltimore takes this 24-17 over Cleveland. And now we go to the 4 o'clock slate with the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, if there was ever a look into the future type of game, this is it right here. As two of the top 5 picks in the 2020 draft, and Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow go head-to-head in Cincinnati. The Chargers have already suffered a big blow in losing Derwin James to a season-ending knee injury, and now they got to stop A.J. Green and Joe Mixon. I don't like the look of that. So I'm going to say Joe Burrow has a good debut, and Cincinnati takes home the dub 31-20 over L.A. Up next, we got the game of the week, the main event. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Two teams hoping to play into February, duking it out in the Big Easy. Now, while the Bucs went under a whole facelift in the offseason, the Saints just retooled and look ready to claim a 4th straight NFC South title. Get your popcorn ready, folks, because there will be points and there will be plenty. I could sit here all day and drool over this matchup because it is a great one. But at the end of the day, I got to pick a winner, so I'll say New Orleans has just enough to get past Tampa. Saints win it 41-38. Up next, we got the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this game is going to be pretty good, too. In fact, the NFC West should be an interesting division to watch. I feel like both these teams and the Seahawks all have a good shot to win the division if they all played their cards right. Get it? Because Cardinals, cards. Anyway, as for this game, the Cardinals are making it clear that they're building around Kyler Murray. Trading for and later extending DeAndre Hopkins was certainly a good start. The Cardinals still need more pieces to be a real Super Bowl contender. The Niners have those pieces. San Francisco is just a more complete team, so I'll take them to win this game 28-21 over Arizona. And now we go to the Sunday night game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. This one won't quite be as good as the last two, but by no means is it going to be unwatchable. The Cowboys roll into Hollywood with enough weapons to make the Terminator jealous. Okay, I promise. After this, I'm going to stop being corny. But the Rams feature the league's premier defensive player in Aaron Donald. This matchup has a yin-yang feel to it. The Cowboys obviously have the better offense, but the Rams obviously have the better defense. This one's going to come down to the wire, but I think Dallas pulls it out 27-21 over LA. And now we got the first Monday night game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. I'm looking at this matchup and I think I know exactly where I'm going off rip. The Giants have a slept-on receiving core, but they're not exactly top 5 in the league, maybe not even top 10. But the Steelers, fitting for a team with the word "steal" in their name, have a pretty good defense. While this may not be the typical Steelers offense with a lot of shiny, flashy players, they definitely have enough talent on that side of the ball to win them a couple games and make things interesting in the AFC playoff picture. I don't believe the Giants are ready to step to a team like the Steelers yet, so I'm going with Pittsburgh 34-17 over New York. And now we got the second Monday night game, the Tennessee Titans taking on the Denver Broncos. And let me just say, this took a turn. At first, I thought this would be interesting to see how the Titans and a newly extended Derrick Henry stacked up against the Broncos defense, but as I was writing this script, I received news that Von Miller received a season-ending injury. Now make no mistake, even without Von, the Broncos defense is still in the top half of the league, but losing Von definitely hurts. So I say Denver battles and makes it a game, but Tennessee just pulls away 27-20. Well, that was my week 1 predictions. So which ones do you agree with me on and which ones do you disagree on? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I'm Evan Johnson. I'm back, and I promise I'm going to stay back this time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see y'all next time.